Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another standard gameplay video, and today we are playing Meld. So Meld is a very rare mechanic. I think on Arena we've only got six cards with Meld on them, and I think they are the two Angels, Titania and Argoth for land, and now Vanille and Fang, who are characters in Final Fantasy 13. They are friends. I just want to say, in the game, Fang is meant to be she is a really good physical attacker, and Vanille's meant to be more, the whimsical person. So I don't know why Vanille's a 3-2 and Fang's a 2-3. It should be the other way around. But anyway, if you have them both on the battlefield at the beginning of your first main phase, you can pay 5, and they meld into Ragnarok, Divine Deliverance, a Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Reach, Haste, 7/6. And it has, when Ragnarok dies, destroy target permanent and return target non-legendary permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So let's just quickly go who Fang and Vanille are. Fang is a 3-mana 2/3 in black, and it says whenever one or more cards leave a graveyard, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. This ability triggers only once each turn. And then Vanille is a 4-mana 3/2, and when she enters, you mill 2 cards and return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Just point out this is not permanent card from the milled cards, so it's anything in your graveyard. And it's, as I said, at the beginning of your first main phase, if you both own and control Vanille and Fang, you may pay 3, a black and a green. If you do, exile them and meld them into Ragnarok. Now, I just want to speak about I think what's a bit of a design flaw here is Fang is a 3-mana card, Vanille is a 4-mana card. And they are there is synergy between them. If you play Fang on turn 3, or you play Fang first, then Vanille. Obviously, Vanille will mill 2 cards. You'll get a permanent card back. You'll trigger Fang's ability, draw a card, lose a life. That makes perfect sense. But then on your next turn, because it's on first main phase, you're not going to have 5 mana, or you're probably not going to have 5 mana. So it's a bit of a odd thing. I think it should be more at the beginning of combat, if you control both, because that way you could literally curve into Fang, Vanille, and then Meld. And because they're both uncommon, and obviously so is Ragnarok, he's not massively powerful. Well, she's not massively powerful, so I do think it's a bit of a design flaw. Now, obviously, one of the things you'll probably notice is the fact you need to have them both out and potentially survive for probably at least 2 turns. That's why we built the deck to include Smuggler's Surprise, an old favourite of mine on the channel. A 1-mana but spree card, meaning you can pay any of the additional costs but only once. So you can pay the additional 2, mill 4 cards. You may put up to 2 creature and or land cards from among those milled cards onto your hand. And the big one, play 4 on a green. You may put up to 2 creatures from your hand on the battlefield. And the last one, you pay 1 creatures you control power 4 or greater, again hexproof and indestructible. That's not entirely relevant because you don't have many big creatures, but it's an instant, so the idea is if we have Fang and Vanille in a hand, at the end of our opponent's turn, maybe when they're tapped out, we can pay 6, whack them onto the battlefield, begin of our next upkeep, pay 5, and meld them. And because obviously Ragnarok has haste, it can get in very quickly. Just something to point out with Ragnarok as well, his entire ability is 1 trigger. So if you don't have a non-legendary permanent card in your graveyard, which usually you will, but in one game I didn't, nothing will happen. And I was very confused until I figured out why, which is a shame. I think it should be both, really, because being able to destroy a target permanent would be really good, because there's always going to be one of those, but you may not have a non-legendary permanent card in your graveyard. But we should have loads. So let's just go through the deck quickly. 3 copies of Llanowar Elves, just help us ramp. 4 copies of Overlord of the Hauntwoods, 4 copies of Overlord of Balmurk to help get cards into our library, into our graveyard, and obviously Overlord of the Hauntwoods helps us ramp as well. Then we have 2 copies of Dredger's Insight. You should probably go more of these because these actually do really help us, but I took some out to add in more removal. So 2 mana enchantment, when 1 or more artifact and or creature cards leave your graveyard, you gain 1 life. When this enchantment enters mill 4, you may put an artifact, creature or land card amongst them into the mill card. So with Dredger's Insight and Overlord and Vanille, we're probably going to be getting a few cards back from a graveyard, gaining quite a bit of life with Dredger's Insight, which can really, really help us get into the long game, because this is not a fast deck. And then basically we have removal and interaction, Deep Cavern Bat, because we're playing a black deck. Let's play Deep Cavern Bat. Anoint with Affliction, go for the throat, Deadly Cover Up. And again, we are only 2 colours, so pretty simple. 4 Blooming Marsh, 3 Jungle Hollow. I very, very, very rarely, if ever, play these tap lands that gain a life. But because we want to go into the late game, any life gain will help. And we're not particularly quick deck, so having a card enter tapped is not the end of the world. 4 Underground Mortuary, which again helps get things in our graveyard. And 4 Wasteless Verge, and seeing as we have 4 swamps and 4 forests, chances are these are going to be tapping for both colours pretty quickly. So that's the deck. Obviously, having them survive for that amount of time can be troublesome, but in the games I played, it wasn't really much of an issue. The only issues I really had was finding them. I think one game we almost milled ourselves out before we even found our first Fang. We do only have 3 Fangs, because basically originally I built like 4 of everything, 4 Dredger's Insight, I think just 4 Go for the Throats, and that was it. But then I put in some Anointed Afflictions and Deadly Cover Up. We do have 23 lands as well, so you can play around with the numbers, but I think this worked. And yeah, melding them is not particularly difficult, but Ragnarok is not particularly powerful for a meld card, so just be aware. Seeing you're probably going to be getting him at turn 5 or 6 at the earliest, it's not fantastic, but you can attack. That has Vigilance and Menace, means they do have to block with 2 creatures at least, and if that Ragnarok does die, then at least you're destroying something and hopefully getting something back. Well, hopefully getting both of them. So that's the deck. I really like it. So let me know what you guys think too. I've not seen anyone else play this on Arena yet. Probably because it's not that powerful, but it's still very fun to do and a bit different, and yes, we very rarely see meld cards. Also, I've played Final Fantasy 13, but only once. I don't remember them turning into Ragnarok, but that may just be me misremembering it. So if you do remember, let me know down in the comments and I'll see if I can rack my brain for it. But I'd like to give a shout out to my Planeswalker level patrons. They are Arcadius, Mihal and Adrian. Thank you very much. Your support means the world to me. Everyone else, Kim was saying we are trying to get to 3,000 subscribers at the end of the year. We are 2,812, I think. So we are getting there. Please take a moment just to smash that subscribe button. So I'm going to quote Neatzahone, who's a very, very popular Magic YouTuber. He says he's trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. He says 50% of his watchers aren't subscribed. For me, it's about 92% of my watchers aren't subscribed. So please subscribe if you like what you are watching. And even if you don't like it, press subscribe. You don't have to watch me again. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't take you any time. Please leave a comment down below to help with the algorithm and to engage. And I'll see everyone else in the gameplay. I mean, we're a mid-range deck, so I think we're okay with this. I think that's a worthy anoint target. It's when let's play out 2 more, isn't it? Probably not the best idea, since I want to wipe the board. So I imagine they remove our Deep Cavern Bat now. Good old Sun Shower Druid. Not played Frogs in ages, but they've not had any new cards really in a long time. They could unsummon it. I think unsummon, yeah. They do. Let's get in. Let's collect evidence. So, what do we take? Valley Might Caller, I think. What do I have in hand? Yeah, just ways to bounce their creatures. We do need to find more action. Well, now we've got that, I will probably do the mill mode. Yeah, we'll take 2. Let's hope we hit some creatures. Yeah, frogs is kind of annoying. Right, what do we hit? Let's get Fang and a Deep Cavern Bat. Polywalk's an instant as well. Well, let's take the unsummon. We need more removal. No, not that. Do another Polywallop. Do you have another Polywallop? Well, that's all the unsummon's gone. But yeah, we are not doing great. Do this again. Deep Cavern Bat and a Jungle Hollow. Blink 182 springs to mind all the small things. I mean, we've got to hit some other stuff eventually. Well, there is something. But I would like... The other Overlord. We will obviously be chumping with a Dick Cabin Bat. We're almost halfway through our library. That's what we were looking for. So they could triple block, but they're going to be drawing an annoying amount of cards. What do they do? Really? Yeah, annoyingly, exile counts as without dying. Well, that ain't good. I don't think we've even got an Overlord of the Balmer in the graveyard. We do not. But we have, well, see, only 8 lands, but 3 tokens. How many deadly cover-ups are in our? Just 1. We're down to 6. What do we get? We could get a Fang. Judge's Insight. Let's get a Judge's Insight. And let's full cost cast our Overlord. That last spell, I reckon it might be an unsummon. Maybe not then. We're up to 8. They're down to 5. I was hoping we hit a Fang with the Judge's Insight. What do they have in their hand? Oh, they got creature lands. Probably should have paid attention to that. They are thinking that costs 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. So they can, but that's their everything. That's annoying with its reach. Well, we're in a bit of a stalemate. But they're basically drawing a couple of extra cards a turn. Although we have got through more of our deck than they are, most of ours is in our library, in our graveyard. What's the question mark mean? The magnifying glass mean? Come on, you have the clear advantage. Well, we finally found an overlord. Wait, Rav? Oh no, Vanille's there. Well, we can merge them next turn. Let's hope they don't have to draw into Polywog. They've used 2. They're almost up to a full hand. They're thinning their deck. They're drawing their cards. So they've still got 4 cards in hand, a bit annoying. There's the splash portal. Could this game go to million out? They only have 2 mana left. Don't bounce anything, please. let us mill. Wow. Okay. Wow, we got there. Oh. Well, we have all the things. We need a lot more lands. It would be good to get the 5 lands at a deadly cover before we play our things. What are we up against? What are we up against? Apparently no one. No one and nothing. There we go. Oh, would like now definitely another land for Overlord. Something I can anoint would be nice. Mill me. Bit of Triumph and Zombify. Do you have another one? You have something. I won't anoint that. It's tapped, that's annoying. Up against what seems to be mono black, I would really like Smug to Surprise. So we can put in Fang and Vanille at the end of our opponent's turn. Wow, they are thinking hard. Oh, this is a tough one, isn't it? There we go, third land, well done. Got there in the end. We will impend our Overlord. Wow, this is... More removal is always good. Would have liked land though. Do you have like Corrupted Conviction or something? Or a cut down? If I have a Withering Torment, I will not be happy. Yes. Come on. Come on, Joe Brutal. Yep. Well done. Well, let's do that again then. I think it's obvious they're just sitting on removal. So we will play this game. I might play out a Vanille because we have a spare. Now we have another spare. So I think the hash just for a bit of triumph. Yep. They got Cactuar as well. Do they have the land and Zombify? They have a Valgravos Faithful, which we can anoint. Well, let's Deep Cavern Bat. We'll take a Zombify and we will anoint their Valgravos Faithful, and then we'll hold up Go for the Throat for their Arden. Goodbye, Arden. May you never draw a removal spell or reanimation spell ever again. Well, I think... we can't do both. Urgh. Oh. Well, I messed up massively there. Yeah. But I'm alright, we're fine. Meant to do it. Don't have drawn anything. Good. They're down to 3. Don't draw reanimation. Yes! Although we were going to meld, but we didn't. We go first. With a lot of... It's a shame we don't have another untapped green source, because then we could Llanowar Elves and potentially Overlord turn 2. But we'll do this. Let's just get our Llanowar Elves. Ooh, Demir, always fun. Dragons. Well, now we can get that down. Let's surveil. Don't need more lands. But they're going to... Oh, no stick. but there is removal. Wow. Overlord. Kind of annoying. We didn't hit anything there. They're not hitting. Why did that just dispel and exhale in a non-dragon deck? They haven't got anything in there yet, do they? No. Well, let's deep cabin back. Obviously, they're going a bit of triumph, but I want to see what they've got. Oculus. And an Overlord. Fortunately, I think hand's going to be a bit too slow. Zombify an Oculus. We take it out. Yes, there's a 2-2. But we get an Overlord. They forecast an Overlord. It's so annoying, Smug Surprises from the milled cards. Oh, they're getting the River Regent. Yep. I was hoping they were going to block the Overlord, so we could give our Overlord indestructible. Yeah, they're not power up anything yet. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. Not enough, unfortunately, to do both. No. Well, we get an Overlord and a Vanille. Wow, okay, and another Overlord. I think we've got to do this. Where are our fangs? We can exile that. Are they going to take out something with a bit of triumph? Or wait till our Deep Cavern back? Are you going to do it now? Yep. Unfortunately, I think we've been far too slow. Because, yeah, we are over halfway through our deck and we've only seen one of our... we have not seen a single Fang. Well, that's Dredger's Insight. You have to hard cast. Let's block that way. Hardcast that and hardcast this. Well, we have enough lands. They attack with the river region and don't have any more blockers. We've won. Two lands. Drawn two lands. They're down to 9. Thing is, we can't, unless we need to draw Go for the Throat. Because I don't think we can gain 4 life. We'll get a Judge's Insight. Where are all our fangs? Doesn't matter. There's one. Blimey. So maybe we did manage to gain 4 life. Another it coming back. We're up to 9. They're down to 3. We have another blocker. Oh, we can discard, can't we? Oh. I don't have a proper response to nice deck, but thank you very much. We didn't get to meld, but we managed to go into the extreme late game against a pretty good deck. Oh, both overlords and one of our pieces is good. I'm going to keep that because you never know what you're up against. Life gain, so let's see if our Voice of the Blessed. Seal from Existence. Well, we'll take a Giant's Pride, mate. I can get it back, obviously. We will impend our Green Overlord. Gain that life back. Will let us impend the Black Overlord. And impend another one. Wow, just all the Vanilles. What do I use Seal on, I wonder? Well, there's a land. We will attack in. And then we will cover up. We'll pitch a deadly cover up and a Smuggler Surprise. And then we can get rid of all their Enduring Innocences. But now, they don't come back. 2 Seal from Existences. That's going to be a problem with our Meld. Cat Collector. Well, we can go for the throat, the Pride Mate. And let's play out a Vanille. We'll get a Fang. I imagine they Seal from Existence. Potentially both of our things. Unless they wait. They will take a hit. Yeah, should definitely Seal an Overlord. Well, let's get down a Fang. And let's do both Lanoirs. And obviously, if they Seal from Existence, we hope it's a Vanille, because we have a spare. Don't do it on Fang. Do it on Vanille. It still puts us a turn behind, but... that does put a counter on things. Huh. They're just equipping in the air, fair enough. Well, we will 100% do that. Unfortunately, it's going to get exiled. But we do have spare one. Well, spare both. Oh, well. The Overseer is going to be annoying. When I think we just smuggle a surprise. Has a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we can. That's more for just a blocker for the Overseer. And our opponent scoops. What? We were going to win. We go first. We have, well, turn 1 Lanois Elves. So we could turn to a Fang. This doesn't really do a huge amount, so I'm just going to take out their Malt Tender. And there's the roots. We need some of our graveyard stuff. Yeah, Dredger's Insight or Overlord of the Balmerk would be nice. Yeah, there's a Gorehound. Terror? Oh, is that just a way to find insidious roots? Oh, there's a Vanille. Well, we have spares of each. I'd like that cover up though. Question is, how much can they go off? They haven't got a Tyvar yet. Wow, March of the World Ooze. Oh, we will get in. There's Menace, so you need to block with both and Trample. And if it gets killed, I'll say we will take out your Insidious Roots. But this is where we have a problem. Because they're about to get a very big board. I know they're uncommon, but it feels very underpowered for a meld card. There's an Insight. Oh, that's it, is it? Yeah, let's kill Terra. And wait, what? When Ragnarok dies, it died. Why? Why didn't it? I'm very confused. Like, very confused. Like, I have no idea. this is weird. Hello Magic fans, and welcome back to a very quick wrap up. So I really like this deck, and what's weird about Magic Arena is sometimes you go through runs of winning every game, even in a poor deck, and sometimes you go through losing every game, even in a pretty good deck. I think I had a lucky streak of games. Didn't win them all, but they were all quite close, and we did actually transform Fang and Vanille in quite a few of them, even though we didn't win a huge amount of them. So let's be aware of that. Obviously, it does struggle against Graveyard Hate because we are a graveyard deck. And you could build it better. One of the cards I was thinking of putting in is something like Corrupted Conviction or Desperate Measures, because one of the issues with Fang and Vanille, well, Ragnarok, is the trigger's a death trigger. So if they exile it, which obviously there's loads of exile, or even bounce it, you'll get the cards back into your hand, but it's still going to take a while to get it. You know, you may want a Corrupted Conviction or Desperate Measures. Well, Corrupted Conviction would be the one to sack it and draw two, just so you get that a bit of value out of it, and it's not just being completely wasted. So could do that. You could also play this in like an Insidious Root shell. I didn't do that intentionally because that's obviously a completely different thing, and it's obviously very popular. And we did play against Insidious Roots in one of the games. So, but Insidious Roots obviously synergizes really well with what we're doing, but you wouldn't really have room for Fang and Vanille in that main one. So, but maybe you could still put Insidious Roots in this to get additional value from the graveyard, because the only value we have is Judge's Insights and then Fang, really. So yeah, you could play that as well. But I'm really happy with this. You know, in a different meta, you probably wouldn't need Smuggler's Surprise. And in fact, I played them out quite a few times and they just survived. So Smuggler's Surprise was a bonus, but not necessarily a requirement. So really fun, really enjoy it. And obviously something a bit different. I'm not seeing anyone else play this. So let me know if you've seen anyone else play this. And if you like the idea of these two melding together. Said it's quite a rare mechanic in Magic at all. And I think this is only the third card we've got, well, third set of cards we've got on Arena with it, although I could be wrong. But yeah, something a bit different. Really enjoy it. If you do, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. As I've been saying, I'm trying to get to 3,000 subscribers and we are at 2,812. So please do everything you can. About 92% of my viewers aren't subscribed. So if you are one of them, please just press that button. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't take up any time. I'd like to give a shout out to my creature level patron, and that is Thomas. Thank you very much for your support. It means the world to me. And thank you to everyone else as well. And I'll see you all in my next video.